it's just so much. They've had me on this fast forward, accelerated education training thing, but this is what they wanted me to read here. They just wanted me to bring out these three things. Okay, they want to talk about the masters. They just want to give you a little bit of education about the masters, but the words keep coming up here: pain or heartache. And I'm not sure what that is about here. Oh, this is about the many religions. They're talking about our actions, both positive and negative. They create consequences. And that's why that card came out here. It was cause and effect. And they're just like, just put that back because it's going to make sense in a minute. And I'm just like, what minute? Look, see, there's the card came out, cause and effect. And I didn't know what that, they just said, put these all back. It'll make sense in a minute. I mean, I may think it's been probably a lot more than a minute, because holy, for them, it's a minute. For us, it's been like an hour. Because they were talking about that, create consequences that affect this life or the next. And that's where they're coming up with the karma and the dharma. Okay, so that's like a whole nother reading, I think they said. But it's about the negative and the positive. Again, it keeps going on about the balance. And then it's saying here that a positive, doing something positive in this life or in the next, anything positive that you do will generate like a merit for you. And then while a negative thing that you could do is a demerit. And that's leading to a personal pain or heartache. Okay, so that's why they're trying to get you to understand why you're in so much pain and how the universe, they want you to know how the universe works, because they're saying they need you. That's why that card kept coming up, needing your guidance, because they need you to guide the world into healing. They need all of us. And that's why they brought up the card Pride, because this card Pride here, they brought the card Pride out and said, I love myself and I see myself in everyone, because they want to keep expressing about how we're all one, and how what affects you affects all of us, because you are me and I am you. And what is that song you're trying to sing? Something, I can't catch it. It's a little catchy tune. I can't catch it. I can't catch the tune. Me for you and you for me. So happy together. Jesus, Spirit, you're making a fool out of me online. I feel like I'm a fool. They said, don't ever feel like a fool. You're proving. They're saying, like, for all you deniers out there, oh, Jesus, Spirit. They want you to make a move. They want you to be generous, because that's what they're talking about. Be generous so you get the merits, not the demerits. But they're saying here, look, your actions tell me something different. And that's why you feel like Spirit is hiding your family, because that came out the other day. And it was in reverse. And they said, don't blame God for your family not being there, because God is not keeping you from your family. Holy smacking, holy moly, man. Oh my God, Spirit. And that's why try again, because try again. They were telling you to try again in the last reading, like try again. But it's in reverse, because they think that so many are so troubled that you just have given up. They don't want you to give up. They're trying to encourage you with these messages to not give up. And then look, they brought out winding road in reverse, and they're saying here to answer the call. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Oh, look, answer the call. The time is now. And they're saying here, like, wandering path, enjoy the journey. And see, there's a map, and they brought up about the map in a different in a different deck. I mean, you can go back and reference all this, they said. You can go back in my other videos when they brought up a map and said that we are giving you a roadmap. We have your map. They're talking about before you come here into this life or any life that you're born into, because you're reincarnated. When you're reincarnated into whatever life that you're reincarnating into whatever being that you're going to be, whoever's daughter, mother, father, whatever. They said that they have the map because you decide what you want to experience before you come here. And that's how they can guide you to your soul's highest purpose, because they have the map for you. And they have the road map. That's why they keep bringing up route, path, map, and road. Wowzers, spirit, Jesus. Okay, so they want me to read this. Okay, so where is it? Okay, self-mastery. They want me to read all of this, and I don't know who's going to even hang out for any of this. I got to see if this is still recording. It is. Okay, so they're talking about the self-mastery, and they're talking about how it involves forgiveness. This is what they want all of us to be able to self-master, but it takes time. So, okay, so they want me to come back up here because I didn't finish this. They say masters strive, because this is talking about the personal heartache and pain and how that's happening to you. Because if you're doing negative things, you might have been an angel in this whole life, but you could have done like negative things in the last life. Like you could have kicked puppies and like pushed an old lady down the stairs for all I know. So it's all about the learning. It's all about the experiences. And sometimes like you don't want to push somebody down this flight of stairs. Like that's what they're just saying. Like explain that, because they're saying like you don't want to push somebody down a flight of stairs, but that soul that's asking you to do that, because it's all about what each soul wants to experience, whatever they want to experience, and whatever that is. Every soul has something different, because we're all individual, but yet we're all connected. Okay? Because we're all one. You are me and I am you. Don't start with the song again. So happy together. Because I'm not a singer. I can't keep a tune. I don't know anything about music. Please don't embarrass me. Then they just keep saying, so happy together. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, enough of the song. Okay, they're oh, I'm gonna need to take a break. It must be like 2:00 in the morning. It's probably 2:22 for all I know, or 3:33 or something crazy. 4:44. Okay, could be 5:55 for all I know. Okay, I'm getting so dizzy. I'm so lightheaded because the energy is so high. I'm so high in the energy. Is what they're saying. Masters strive to get off the karma wheel. Oh, the karma wheel, because that's where they're talking about the reincarnation. Because when you reincarnate and then like you do all of that, you do all the karma, and you create more karma. So you just keep going on that. And that's why they brought up that wheel in that reading. See, they're telling me it's all connected. Everything that I wrote down and all the readings that they did. And they said, this is how they're trying to prove to you. That's why they said, prove us wrong. Prove us wrong. Because I wrote, when did I write this stuff down? And every now and again, they would just get me to put a date in of when I was doing this. But this, I didn't do this in a long time. Wowzers, how far is this back? And then there's like a prayer. They want me to talk about the prayer too. I can't see a date here. And then I would keep going, like the mystery for the songs, like the songs were such a mystery because they kept repeating in my mind and they wouldn't stop. I had to, like, I'd be hanging out laundry and I would have to stop and go in and, yeah, because they were saying they were trying to, knowing me, knowing you is what they said that they were trying to do. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say. Okay. Oh, I didn't. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to say this was like August because I was hanging out laundry. Anyway, So, okay, so this is what they're saying. Sorry, I keep getting off track, but there's so many messages here that they're freaking me out. They're saying that masters strive to get off the karma wheel by chasing peace and forgiveness over revenge or anger. That's why that anger card kept coming up early on. And they kept coming and they kept talking about the negative, about how the revenge, they meant like how people were doing things to hurt you, like they were going out of their way to do things to hurt you. Something to that effect, and anger. Okay, the no is inner peace, which comes from within and does not require others to change or apologize. So that's what they're saying. That's what they're talking about, the forgiveness, because you have to forgive everybody because they're just doing what you've asked them, because they were remember how they were talking about the spiritual contracts? So you were making these contracts with all these different beings, and yeah, you might have, like in your human form, you might have had like this anger and despise these people, and you wanted revenge against them for hurting you and doing mean things or doing bad things to you, but it was a contract that you signed with them. They said, believe it or not. And that's why they keep saying, if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. But now that you've had that reading, or all the readings, and it's going to continue in this one, they said, but with all the readings, and now I'm going back and I'm now confirming those same messages from what I was writing down, from what I've been getting downloaded from like all this time. You know what I'm saying? And like, so they're trying to say how could she be able to write all this stuff down and then do a reading and then go be able to, and they were talking about the bus, because they told me to back up the bus. And when they say back up the bus, that means to go back into my journals. And I didn't do that the other night because I was tired. It was a long day and a long reading, and it took a long time for me to get it up and, like online. So they're talking about, don't ask anybody. That's why they use that card. You can't change them. Don't try. Don't try to change anybody. You can't change them. Don't try, because everybody is in their purpose. Everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing or not doing, because they said early on to me, they said, sometimes people that are in the light will go to the dark. So the light spirits will go to be dark spirits, and some dark spirits will become light spirits, is what I was told. And they said it will happen that way because that's how the universe keeps the balance. It's always about the balance. So they're telling you to find that inner peace, to have that knowing now and find that inner peace. So that's how it's going to help you to accelerate your healing, when you start thinking these kind of thought processes, is what they're saying. This is a thought process that they want everyone in the collective and everyone around the world. This is the thought process that they want people to think about. And they keep using the word inner, like if you go in, you will find that peace. It says it comes from within and does not require others to change or apologize. So, that's why they're saying, like, your forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's not for them to give you an apologies, because if that person, like, if say they were in the light and they went to the dark, that person is not going to apologize, because that person is probably too broken to be able to understand and realize what they've done. And you can't expect somebody that doesn't know to know. That's why they keep pointing out the word no, the no. They keep drawing me back to know. That's what they're talking about. Okay. So here they're talking about self-mastery for those that want to move on into this type of energy. They're saying that the self-mastery involves forgiveness, compassion, and grace. Now, grace you can use to help bring in like when you have a lot of pain, like a lot of heartache, you can ask for the healing, but ask for it to be with grace. Like ask for the with grace specifically, because they will bring it in a more gentle way, so that you're not like curled up in a fetal position sucking your thumb for 4 days. Like maybe you'll just like cry in the tub for 2 hours and then release it. You know what I mean? Okay, so forgiveness, compassion, and grace, even when faced with negativity. Masters do not carry anger, resentment, or bitterness. They cleanse themselves of negative emotions while holding others accountable for their actions. Masters view challenges as opportunities to rise to the next level, not as a source of blame. See, and that's where they're talking about, that's why they brought up the card honesty. As soon as I read that, I heard honesty screaming in my head. So they're saying like the honesty, they're saying, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And they're saying that's how you to stand in your truth, live in your truth, speak your truth, and live in your truth. Yeah, live in your truth. And that's why they're saying if you do that, then that holds other people accountable for their actions. If you live and stand in your truth, if you speak your truth, live in your truth, it will hold other people accountable for their actions. And that's why they're saying, like, if you do that, this is a form of a boundary. They're saying, like, you can do that with your boundaries, because you're not just doing it like physically, you're doing it energetically too. You're calling back, you're pulling in your power. And that's why they said, they wanted me to go back here and say, that's why they wanted you to say that thing. What was it? That thing about so it is. Where's that? I don't know where that is. See, they're getting me to skip around so that the message will become more coherent. More coherent. I'm sorry, Spirit. Am I messing this up? They said, no, I'm doing just fine. Where was that? Oh, this. Pull back power. That's what they're talking about. I call back my power from all people, places, situations, lifetimes, timelines, and dimensions, and so it is. That's what they're talking about. Can't always get the downloads all at once. You know, it's like when you're channeling messages from Spirit, it's not like, the best way I can put it, it's not like you're opening a book and you can just read from chapter 1. Like sometimes I start at chapter 10 and then I end up in chapter 4 and then I go to chapter 10 again and then I go back to chapter 8. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, it's because they told me how they explained it to me, like, because there was sometimes I'd be like, oh, I want to do a reading because it was kind of fun, like say the day before, and then like, but the reading like sucked, and I'm just like, oh, I can't even get into this. And they're like, and I kept saying, like, I kept asking, like, what does that mean? Why some days I can do it and some days I can't? And they said, because they are going with me with my ebbs and flows. That's what they said. Like you're sometimes you're in a higher energy, sometimes you're in a lower energy, just like the ocean. How my hand is like totally cramping. They're saying like how the undertow of the ocean, that's why they keep bringing up the ocean and the sea and the shells and the water and the stuff. They're saying how like the ocean, how like the big wave comes in and then it's got the undertow. So that's the ebb and the flow that they're talking about. So that we all have ebb and flow, and that's what they will use, your ebb and flow. That's what they talked about that in that last reading. I think they brought up ebb and flow. But they're saying that with the ebb and flow, we all have one, and they will work with your energies to do that. They will use your individual ebbs and flows so that when you're vibrating high, they will give you messages. You will see angel numbers. You will see like like animals repeatedly. And they're saying, like, do what I'm doing. Get a book and just like jot down every now and again. And then when you're like getting ready for bed or whatever, you can just like, oh yeah, what was that number I keep seeing? Oh yeah, what time is it? And you look at the clock and go, and it's there again. What is 444? Every time I'm on my way home from work and I'm like thinking this or I'm doing that, I see the number 444. And that's what they're saying about being mindful, because when you're seeing those numbers or those animals, they want you to think about what you're thinking about in that moment. And in those moments when you're thinking of whatever thoughts you're thinking, and they're sending in those messages to you, but visually, they're giving you these visual messages to jot them down and take note of what you're thinking about, and then you'll understand what the messages mean. Spirit. Okay, so they're saying here, let's go back to this. I never knew what all this was for. You know now is what they're saying. They keep saying that to me. Now you know. Okay, I gotta get back into this. So every time I take a breath, you'll notice that when they actually talked about the breath. So now they want me to talk about the breath. Oh my God, Spirit, am I gonna be here for like the next 5 hours? So they said, whatever it takes. Okay, let me get a sip of tea then. It's probably cold now. Oh, it's spilled everywhere. It's still warm, yum. I am going to have to take a break though, because I am really hungry. I only had a piece of fish today to eat. So, oh, and some fruit. Okay, Spirit. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, what did you want me to talk about? I got distracted. Holy crap. The breath. Okay. So when they're talking about the breath, like when I take those big sighs, that's, I'm releasing, someone else is like stepping in. So I don't know if it's like, if I can't really tell in the moment sometimes. Like sometimes Jesus is coming in bringing a message, and then Jesus steps back and an ancestor steps in, and then an ancestor steps, because they all have their own, like they all had their own part of my training. So like whoever did the training for that certain message or whatever, they're the ones that's going to step forward and help me relay that to you. You understand what I mean? So I can't believe this is even happening to me. Well, no. Okay. They said, don't use those words. It's not happening to me. It's happening for me. And it's happening for me, for you. Stop the song. They keep coming up with this. So happy together. Stop. Okay. That's one of my ancestors. They have the funniest sense of humor, and they make me laugh every time, because they'll just like they'll just keep doing these little things in my head, and it's to throw me off, but yet it's to put me back on track at the same time. I don't know why they're doing this to me. Oh my God, stop. Okay, they're making me laugh. Okay, stop. Okay, it's really hard to concentrate when I'm laughing. Okay, geez, look, you got me off track now. Look. Yeah, because they're saying that the masters want to view their challenges, and that's why they keep, in a lot of the words, it was coming out as a test, and I kept saying, well, it's really not a test, as it is more so, okay, they wanted me to explain why the words they use is a test, because everybody seems to understand what the word test means, because everybody was indoctrined, as they said, in school. Because you were received an indoctrination, you would resonate with the word test more so than you would resonate with the words. The words what? Okay, somebody else is stepping in. Oh my God. I just, you guys are just going too fast for my energy here or something. Okay, they're not a source of the blame. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, okay, because they're talking about like, and I kept talking about the learning. that we're all here to experience things and to learn different things. And so they want you to know, like, that's how the masters, they refer to them as challenges, because no matter what negativity could be coming at you, it's not about the negativity that's happening in your life. And I know you're probably thinking right now, they want me to clarify. They're saying like, yeah, well, you're right now going, yeah, well, my pain is real. The word. I don't know why I keep saying world. And they keep making me say the word be and world, because they want you to raise the vibration of the world. They're asking you, they're begging you. Oh, that's what on my knee. They're on their knees begging. Oh, Jesus, Spirit. You have Jesus on his knees. Okay, humanity, you need to get with the program here. When sweet Jesus is on his knee begging you, when we should be on our knee begging him. They said never take a knee to Jesus, because we are equal to Jesus, and Jesus is equal to us because we are one, and we will be happy together. They won't stop at that song. Okay. Jesus is giving a message, and my ancestors slipped that in there. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm crazy. I think I'm gonna cry. I need to take a break. I'll be right back. Okay, so the ancestor was told to go sit down. Okay, so I just got a quick download that said the name Carol, because she actually gave me this, and it had a lantern on the top that you could put, like, because you can put a candle in this, and it had a lantern, and it had a bird on it. It had a red, what's those? Red cardinals. Again, the bird message, but this, okay, so they said because they got me to bring this out, it would remind me of her name Carol, because they wanted me to bring up somebody named Carol, because that Carol is the one that set me on this path for them, and they want to thank her. So I just want to make sure that this is recording. Okay, it is, because okay, this talks about, that's what this is all about. This is part of my journey, and it's too much to get into now. They said that's going to be another time, but okay, so they just want to thank you, Carol. And I'm going to talk about Carol. This isn't my friend Carol. This isn't the Christmas Carol. This is actually a Carol. She's a healer here in Canada. And I went to her. And because she gave me a message. My sister and I went over to her. She was doing something about a meditation or something. And my sister and I, everybody canceled, and it was just my sister and I with her alone. And she's the one that I was going through a lot of heartache at the time. And I mean, a lot. I mean, someday I will talk about it, but not today. And she delivered a message to me, and that's where they had said, the message they gave her to give to me was that I was a very powerful psychic and channeler. And I burst into tears, because I was always tapped in. I was always tuned in, and I hid from it. No, they said I didn't. Okay, they said, yes, I hid, but they're the ones that were hiding me. They said they stuffed me in that family. That's how they put it. They stuffed me in that family. And it wasn't in vain, is what I'm hearing. It was for a very important reason. Vain. They want me to write down vain. V-A-I-N. I-N-E. I don't know what that means. Holy moly, you guys are blowing my mind. I think I'll go nuts. Vein, right? Okay, that's something that they want to discuss with me. Okay, I don't know what that is right now. So that's a leader thing again. Okay, what is this? Do I need anything here? Okay, so they want to talk about their pain. They still want to talk about the pain. So they're talking about that it's not a source of the blame. And then they want me to jump over here and talk about that's why they call it the blues from Elton John. He's got that song. Okay, they don't... What? Do you want me to talk about that? They said yes. They just wanted to talk about this, and then they want me to go back there. So they're saying, don't wish it away. I think they're talking about, because they were talking about how the song about how life, how time is slipping into the future. And that's why they were saying, like, I think they're telling you that you're running out of time to get off the fence, because you're running out of time. They want you to get into this energy. And I don't know what kind of timeline that they are talking about. And here's the cramp again. Holy crappers. Oh, Spirit, please don't do that anymore. Oh. Okay. All right. Okay, so they're saying don't wish it away. Don't look at it like it's forever. Oh, so they're talking about your pain. So they're talking about when you lose somebody. That's why they keep talking about bringing up mothers and daughters. Because yesterday it was all about the ladybug, and how, like, I called my daughter Ladybug. So it was about children, and then how it was always about a mother figure and all that. And then here I was talking about that again today, how, like, she was like a mother figure to me, and I was like a daughter figure to her. So they're talking about multiple generations. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about the ancestors in the generation. That's why they keep talking about the females, because they're talking about how, like, the females, like, you carry that female's DNA in the DNA. Oh, okay. This is okay. Now they're on a whole different tangent. Okay, so they want me to bring up the fact about, oh, I can't sit down, Spirit. I think I might have to walk this off. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, so they're talking about, oh, Spirit. The pain, when I get the pain like that, it takes me out of my meditations. It takes me out of my channeling sessions. Okay, so... They do want me to talk more about Carol, but they don't want me to talk about her right now. But she did something that was very amazing and miraculous and showed me a miracle. And I think it showed her a miracle as well. And they said she'll never forget me, just as I'll never forget her. And when she will eventually see this reading, and she'll know it's for her. She'll know. Oh, God, Spirit, my leg, come on. Oh, okay, I need to go get some ice for my back or something. I'll be right back.